and I'm pretty sure a lot of us noticed as well in this Bleach chapter. Woo! That pacing, definitely I feel like that's a sign of the series marking its ending, like coming into it. But yeah, let's talk about 681, because boy oh boy and all that, we have some very big, like, debatable things to say with this chapter. I like to believe that, like, Renji was like, oh, like, he was really gonna stop you watch. He's like, oh no, I had a chance at this, and just you watch without even just looking back, just destroys Sabimaru, and then he just literally fucks off from the portal, just hands him the part of Sabimaru. It's like, oh, you dropped this, like, fuck you, motherfucker, that's what you get. And immediately from that, it's like, we get, like Harshwalt is down, like, no, he's dying as well, like, all of us there, like, so people saying, like, you know, like, oh, he was not just gonna die, like, flat out or anything like that, like, you know, he was gonna say a few last words, which he did, but it was, like, a lot of people saying, like, oh, his powers are gonna be stolen. It's like, no, it happened the same with the other Stone Ritters, so why would it not be with this case? And when we got to see that, like, his, like, weird, like, he's like, I don't mind and all that, I take pride that the Majesty found, like, my power and all that, you know, like, worthy and all that, and it's like, you know, I can think of no great honor because I'm capable of being an asset to him. And then, like, literally right at the end, it's just like, Uryu's now about to walk off, and he's like, I'm going to, like, transfer your wounds onto myself, and I'm like, why? Like, at first I was like, why are you doing that at first? And it's like, you know, why do you hesitate? It's because you merely followed orders while being lost in the drift yourself without ever truly weighing decisions. And then you just come and he's like, in light of all this and all that, like, you know, you put on the scales and all that, you've got to go and save your friends, Uryu. Like, I feel like, especially, like, this is where the chapter is me, like, that was, like, to me, I felt like the whole Harshwalt thing could have been an entire chapter that he would have done, like, it's like, he told them a little bit more about his story that, you know, we would have found a little tiny more explanation, all that, but, you know, he's saying, like, you know, like, there's something, like, to be said for not having even one regret, as, like, we get to see, like, you know, his sword and all that with the B on there for balance, and it's just, like, this is the thing with, like, you know, like, when they explained it to, like, Rukia, it was like, you know, he can actually rewrite the future, and it's just like, you know, I can't heal Tensazan Getsu at all, and just, you know, immediately, Renji's just like, get your fucking ass up, Ichigo, and all that, we don't have that luxury, we gotta go after him, and, like, immediately after that, he gets stabbed, and Tsukishima appears from the FullBringers, alongside with Ginjo, and, I forget the little bastard's name, like the gamer one, but like that little bastard came in here like that. I think it's like Yukakalo or something about that. It's been honestly such a long time that I remembered him, and it's just like, I really like that. It's just like, immediately Ichigo was just like, what are you trying to pull, you smug prick, like that, and he's just like, I wouldn't even know how to answer that, Ichigo, and it's just like Ginjo and us were just said we're taking sides now, and I just didn't have much to say, and it's like my exact words was to you, Ichigo, is that I've come to repay, you know, a debt to him. And what happened is, which, you know, this is another thing that's, like, a little bit weird in my mind, like, and I had to have a big debate with this and all that with a friend, like, talking about this chapter and saying, like, you know, he may have, like, when you watch, may have rewritten the future with such an immense power that you're capable of rejecting it with yours, but there is a past where that didn't happen and you should be able to reject it there, and he's inserted in all that, your sword has not been broken. Which is, in its own way, there is a future out there that couldn't be, like, you know, where it had broken, like, ability on there. However, though, that didn't heal Ichigo's trauma, and it was like, he, like, it felt like more like, you know, he's like, oh, I've got nothing left to do and all that, but now he's like, oh, I've got my soul back, alright, okay. And look, this is the thing, I know Bleach has been pushed to time and everything, I know about that, like, you know, it's getting there. It definitely does feel like with the pacing and all that, like, it's definitely moving, you know, in a lot more of a faster pacing, where it's just like, yeah, Tsukishima just came back for that, and so did Ginjo. Ginjo literally did nothing but just say, I'm repaying a debt, and, like, Tsukishima just did all the fucking work for it. But it wasn't, like, because, like, as well, Tsukishima did not heal the blade, he just allowed it, like, at that point where it's now possible, so Orihime seemingly healed it and all that, saying, like, the sword cannot be broken anymore, you know that, and so, you know, it was never going to break, so that's the kind of scenario that we're in at the moment with it. It's like, it's not like, where it's just like, it's a possible thing, like, about it, and like, it's just, I don't know, it just felt weird that, like, Ichigo just came straight back up and he's like, yeah, hell yeah, like that. It's like, I don't know, it feels just like how in the FullBringers arc that Ichigo was crying, like, after that and all that, and he had, like, you know, no other options, and now he's like, oh, I got my soul back, let's go, like that, full of confidence. Like, I'm not saying that pissed me off, I feel like it could have maybe gone in a better direction. I mean, but then again, it's like, we are such pushed for time now for the series that, you know, we've just got to accept it and all that. It's like he literally, like, unless he wanted to put more chapters into it, like he can't anymore. That's just the simple fact of the matter of it. And like, I don't hate this chapter where I was air on last week's one. I thought it was just average and all that. I didn't really care for a bit about it like that. And then the last ones before that, I was like, like that was another one as well. This one, I'm lukewarm on. Like this one, I'm like, I think it's a fine chapter. I have no, like, I'm not like, oh my god, he's like in a super shit, like, because at the end of the day, it's Tsukushima and Ginjo. Like, I didn't, like, care for him all that, but at least I said and all that when I was doing the videos. I didn't expect them to come back and all that. I thought they were just going to get me forgotten, and I'm glad that they did come back. That's the last time we're ever going to see them, though. It's just, like, unless there's, like, one panel of them, like, afterwards or something like that, but it's, like, we never saw them fight and all that. We never really got to see the full extent of their powers and all that. We saw a little bit of Tsukushima. We did like, unless like, because that's it. Like, you know, like out of everything you watch is like absorbed everything and all that. Like, you know, all this soldiers and all that. So it's like there's no one else to really fight unless you summon some big fucking dimensional being out there. But I don't know. It's like I think I might have appreciated it a little bit more if Ishin like appeared and gave Ichigo a little pep talk through there. But I don't know. Like, it's just like he obviously like Ichigo has his like. He's putting it all on this Bankai, where it's like, well, how are you going to beat someone that can see the fucking future immediately? And, like, the people saying, like, there's more to this Bankai. I believe that there's, like, you know, I hope there is something more to it. I hope there's another transformation state of it, or it changes, because, well, let's be honest, it's a Neapolitan fucking ice cream. That's all it is. It's just missing the strawberry side of it, like that, which, you know, fuck it, you can just say it's orange hair and all that, like, since it was definitely the strawberry, just call it that, like that. Just call it fucking, like, he's literally Neapolitan right now. Neapolitan ice cream. That's all he is, like that. So, like, I think it's a 6. And I am still absolutely, you know, I'm still a bit bummed out that Bleach is ending. Like, regardless of what, like, but I'm not gonna let that affect my feelings for the last few chapters. Like, I feel like at the end of the day, I'm the reviewer, and it is gonna hurt me when, like, other series and all that end and all that, but I wanna keep as fucking honest and straight with you guys as much as possible. I think the chapter's fine. It's not amazing, though. And, like, you know, I feel like, okay, the Tsukushima thing slightly makes sense, but it was the Ichigo part at the end of the day where it's like, you know, his spirit was completely broken, unlike that, but yeah, he got back up like every other time about it, which is weird and all that, since, you know, I think a big part of his mentality was never giving up, and yet he did give up, and then he's like immediately just, you know, back up again like that. So I don't know. I think personally that was because due to pushing the time. Like, I feel like, you know, that could, like, 3 parts of this chapter could have been 3 chapters. I feel like Boku probably would have done it in 3 chapters. It probably would have gave a lot more to Ginjo, to Tsukushima, to, like, everyone. But we had to see all that. We still got to wait for Aizen. We still got Ishin and Ryuken. We still got a few more players and all that to come into it. So we'll have to wait and see what are going to happen in the last 4 chapters and all that. We'll have to wait and see. But let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. But that's all for me. Thank you much for watching as always. And I'll see you guys, though, next time.